uncovering the hidden stories of forgotten wars. Join me as I dive into the most forgotten wars in history and see if I can uncover their hidden stories. War is an inherently brutal and destructive aspect of human history, and it's surprising how often we forget about the conflicts that shaped our world today. But why do we need to remember these forgotten wars? Well, understanding the past is crucial in understanding how we got to where we are today. By examining the intricacies of historical conflicts, we can gain valuable insights into the complexities of human nature, geopolitics, and the underlying causes of war itself. Studying forgotten wars also helps us appreciate the sacrifices made by those who fought and died for their countries, and it's essential we don't let their efforts be in vain. By remembering their struggles, we can learn from their experiences and work towards creating a more peaceful future. Moreover, the stories of these forgotten wars are often fascinating and eye-opening, revealing unexpected alliances, surprising victories, and devastating losses. Forgotten wars are often the result of a lack of documentation or a deliberate attempt to erase them from historical records. This can happen when governments try to conceal their involvement in a conflict or when the victors rewrite history to suit their own narratives. But we must not let these hidden stories remain in the shadows. By bringing them to light, we can gain a more nuanced understanding of history and its impact on present-day society. In a world where history is often written by the winners, it's essential we give a voice to the losers, the oppressed, and the marginalized. By remembering forgotten wars, we can correct the imbalance in our understanding of the past and uncover the hidden truths that have been concealed for far too long. The challenge of historical amnesia is a complex issue, and it's surprising how often we neglect certain conflicts in mainstream narratives. This bias towards more prominent wars can lead to a distorted view of history, where entire events, people, and cultures are relegated to the shadows. But why do we tend to focus on certain wars and ignore others? One reason is that popular history often favors grand, dramatic conflicts with clear-cut victories and heroes. The stories of these wars are often more engaging and easier to sell, making them more appealing to a wider audience. In contrast, forgotten wars are often smaller, messier, and more nuanced, with complex motivations and ambiguous outcomes. Another reason for historical amnesia is the passage of time. As generations pass, memories fade, and documents are lost or destroyed, making it increasingly difficult to reconstruct accurate accounts of past events. Additionally, the absence of a strong recorded history can lead to a collective forgetting, where entire conflicts are erased from our collective consciousness. Furthermore, the victors often get to shape the narrative of history, and their version of events may not always be accurate or complete. This can lead to a biased interpretation of events, where the losers are demonized and their stories are suppressed. As a result, entire cultures and nations can be written out of history, leaving behind a fragmented and incomplete picture of the past. In recent years, however, there has been a growing interest in uncovering forgotten wars, and historians are working tirelessly to reconstruct these hidden stories. This shift in focus has led to a more nuanced understanding of history, revealing the complexities and ambiguities of human conflict. The consequences of forgotten wars can be far-reaching, affecting entire nations and cultures. For example, the Japanese invasion of Manchuria in 1931 led to the establishment of the puppet state of Manchukuo, which had devastating consequences for the local population. Similarly, the Soviet-Afghan War in the 1980s led to a protracted conflict that still affects the region today. It's essential we remember these conflicts, not just as isolated events, but as part of a larger narrative that continues to shape our world today. By examining the intricacies of forgotten wars, we can gain a deeper understanding of human nature, geopolitics, and the complexities of conflict itself. One of the most fascinating examples of a forgotten war is the Soviet-Finnish Winter War of 1939 to 1940. This little-known conflict was sparked by Stalin's attempt to expand the Soviet Union's borders, but it ended in a resounding defeat for the Red Army. The war was marked by intense fighting, innovative tactics, and a staggering number of casualties on both sides. Another example is the Italo-Turkish War of 1911 to 1912, which was a precursor to World War I. This conflict saw the Ottoman Empire, one of the most powerful empires in history, clash with the rising power of Italy, leading to a complex web of alliances and rivalries that would shape the course of European history. The Paraguayan War of 1864 to 1870 is another forgotten conflict that has had a lasting impact on South American history. This brutal war saw Paraguay clash with the Triple Alliance of Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay, resulting in devastating losses and a significant shift in the regional balance of power. The Indonesian National Revolution of 1945 to 1949 is another example of a forgotten war that shaped the course of a nation's history. This conflict saw Indonesia fight for independence against the Dutch colonial powers, leading to a long and bloody struggle that would ultimately result in independence. These wars, and many others like them, are a testament to the complexities and nuances of human conflict. By examining these forgotten wars, we can gain a deeper understanding of the underlying causes of conflict, the motivations of nations and leaders, and the human cost of war itself. One particularly shocking story from a forgotten war is the Massacre of Nanjing, which occurred during the Second Sino-Japanese War in 1937. This horrific event saw Japanese troops slaughter tens of thousands of civilians and prisoners of war, leaving behind a legacy of trauma and suffering that still affects China today. The scale of the atrocities committed during the Massacre of Nanjing is almost unimaginable, with estimates suggesting that up to 300,000 people lost their lives. The event was virtually ignored in the West, and it wasn't until recent years that the full extent of the atrocities became widely known. The Massacre of Nanjing is a stark reminder of the horrors of war and the importance of remembering these forgotten conflicts. By examining these hidden stories, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complexities of human nature and the devastating consequences of war. In conclusion, remembering forgotten wars is crucial in understanding the complexities of human history and its impact on present-day society. By examining these hidden stories, we can gain valuable insights into the underlying causes of conflict, the motivations of nations and leaders, and the human cost of war itself. Let's not forget the sacrifices made by those who fought and died in these forgotten wars. By remembering their stories, we can learn from their experiences and work towards creating a more peaceful future. Thanks for watching, and if you know of any other forgotten wars, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content, and I'll see you in the next video.